Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says he believes Trump's dementia is why he is deploying troops all over the country. Donald Trump now says that Governor J.B. Pritzker should be thrown in prison, along with Chicago Mayor Brendan Johnson. We are getting, we talk about a race to the bottom. We are getting it very, very quickly from this administration. Donald Trump put out a post on Truth Social, which says, quote, Chicago mayor should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers. Governor Pritzker also. Now, I know that we have been so desensitized by how this administration has operated that a post from a president suggesting that elected officials be thrown in prison without due process and without having done anything wrong is not that shocking anymore. I understand the hyper-normalization and the desensitization that we have all experienced and that hopefully we are fighting against. But this is a red alert moment. We have the president of the United States openly calling for the jailing of elected officials because they won't do what he wants. It's not because they committed crimes. It's not because they participated in a corrupt or unethical act. It is for political disobedience. And if you look back at the 20th century dictators, this is how it starts. It begins with rhetoric that blurs the line between political disagreement and criminal behavior. Mussolini would call his opponents enemies of the state. Franco labeled mayors and union leaders subversive. Hitler accused local officials of sabotage when they would refuse his orders. And the goal was always the same. You want to turn your political opponents into criminals so that then you can treat their desire for democracy as lawlessness. You make yourself the source of order and you throw all of them in prison so they can't get in your way. That is the direction that Donald Trump is going here. This isn't policy. Throw a governor in prison isn't policy. It is a groundwork for anti-democratic repression. The irony, of course, is that the mayors and governors that Trump is attacking are the ones following the law. ICE is a federal agency. Local officials don't protect ICE. That's not even what they're supposed to be doing. They cooperate under federal rules using their discretion. Now, I don't know if Trump knows that or doesn't know it. For Trump, law and order means law for his enemies and order for himself, or maybe it's law and order for his friends and total denial of due process for his enemies. I don't know. I'm sort of saying it inarticulately, but this is not what a confident leader posts. This is the post of someone who's completely unraveling and only reinforcing J.B. Pritzker's claim that dementia is at play in motivating Trump's behavior. Just look at this week alone. He's demanded military tribunals for journalists, the death penalty for drug dealers, and now prison for mayors and governors. This is like an authoritarian greatest hits. And as disastrous as the ranting is, this all pushes the Overton window. The more we get accustomed to a president demanding some of his political opponents be jailed, when he says something that stops just short of that next week, it sounds comparatively less outrageous, and we're more likely to look the other way. And so I know I've said it before, these populist-sounding sort of authoritarians often will start with, hey, we've got the people versus the corrupt elites. Now, usually they are the corrupt elites, but they'll still say, I'm on the side of the people. We're together against the corrupt elites. Then they redefine the elite as anybody who disagrees with them politically. And Trump's doing that right now. He's recasting mayors, governors, local police departments that don't want to go out of their way to do immigration work or whatever, which they shouldn't be doing. They are all enemies and we've got to deal with them. So this is an unhinged post, but it's part of a pattern we've seen many times before. You delegitimize your opponents, you rewrite justice to mean loyalty, and then you say, well, we've got to punish dissent here. We've got to throw these people in prison. It is the playbook of every dictator who ever told himself he's saving the country. Right before they destroy it, this is the sort of stuff they would say. We're working on getting Governor Pritzker on the show. And of course, I would love to ask him about this. I'm guessing, because he's not a dumb guy, and neither is the mayor, I'm guessing that they are coming up with contingency planning for what happens if Trump does try to pursue us in this way.